Sawubona sanibonani sadabanani kunjani bazibam. Ngabonga kakhulu ngokukhena kwekhathi. That's funny. All right. Hello good people, welcome back to the channel. This is Director Kim. I hope you're doing really good. As today we're about to finish the series that we're starting from our lesson tutorials. So if you guys already know the starting point of knowing Davinci Resolve, coming to buildings, looks, and different coming to building notes and analyze the footage and choosing the type of look that you want to do it. So here we're going to have a biggest things that you need to be aware when you're color grading, and you need to go and touch these things, starting with the contrast, exposure, dynamic separations, split tone, which is color separations, and creating look development, skin tones, and low DNAs, that's the look development, and other last of it is you have to know the saturation rules. So today we're going to discuss about those things, and we're jumping about those things into the processing here. I want to show you how exactly I'm doing these things. This is Director Kim. If you just didn't subscribe my YouTube channel, as I recommend you to subscribe now. I have masterclass tutorials, I have a loads package, I have everything's in package that you need, that you need to be a pro colorist, and I can make you be a pro colorist. Trust me, this thing is very helpful. Masterclass loads package, DCT house is available, presets is available, power grid is also available. So you just need to stay tuned, keep on subscribe, keep on watching my tutorials most of times to gain most of time. So let's jump into the tutorial. All right, so now we are into Davinci Resolve. As we can see, I have multiple clips that we're going to learn. We're going to do a color grading on future, but today I'm going to starting with this one, because this is important things that we need to discuss today. So I found out this clip is giving me so much of information that I can tell you, and you can see it through your eyes what we need to learn of. All right, I have this one. I'm going to show you how to make a vintage brownish Sedona look on the future tutorial. So just stay tuned, subscribe, click the bell button if you never did, because the good things is coming. Even this one, I'm going to show you how to color grade this one, and this has to have a Nigeria type of look. I'm going to show you this thing. So today we're going to start with this, and this one I'm going to show you how to create TG Omori stuff, color grading like from Satoshi, you know guys about it. All right, but today we're going to discuss about these things. Alright, if you guys watched my recent tutorial for this series, I've been explaining a lot of things that you need to go and learn, watch them deeply. So the first lesson was I explained about Davinci Resolve. You need to go and learn Davinci Resolve deeply. So every tools that I'm going to use in here, I think you don't have any questions about those tools, because you already know, because you already go there, watch the tutorial about Davinci Resolve. And if you have so many things, so you go to be confused about those things for other people's, you can buy masterclass from me, because I already explained about Davinci very deeply, about all the trees, about the other stuff. So on my recent tutorials, what I've been explains is I explain about Davinci Resolve itself, to know Davinci Resolve deeply. So if you never watched this tutorial, I recommend you to click my channels, click my channel, go there, go a little bit forward, backward. You're going to see this tutorial. It's called how to color grade, but first you need to know Davinci Resolve. And another tutorial was explain how you can read your footage, and this was another lessons. Before you do a color grading, you need to start studying your footage. You need to start the problems of a footage, what type of look you need to do before you do anything so further. And that video was called how to color grade, but first you need to start footages, and that was it. And the last of it, the recent of it is to understand the color management, color science, profile pictures, and Rec 79. So what I'm going to do in here today on this tutorial, I think you're not gonna have any questions about what I'm doing because you already go there and studied. If you never did, please back there and study before you watching this tutorial, because you don't need to be confused. Trust me, because everything that I'm going to do or I'm going to tell here is already explained on my recent tutorials where you need to start them. So here we are about to do what we've been studied. I hope you guys understand the point here. All right, let me jump into the processes. Okay, let's say like you already know Davinci Resolve itself, the whole Davinci Resolve tools, especially to the color mode, and you know about color management stuff, profile pictures and other stuff, and the color senses, and you know about how to start a picture to make a beautiful look and to have a nice choices of color. So what about the process? What about to do something that you just thinking from your head and you want to put it on display so that people can see what you were thinking? And that is processes, and today I'm about to show you the processes. Okay, so you can just feel like, okay, this is the footage, it has this problem, maybe it's so warm, so you need to take that warm off. So how do you do it? So here they come that you need to know Davinci tools. So when you come to know Davinci tools, every tools has been used for the rules. So here there is where you need to start these important things to the processes. Number one is to know exposure and the rule of exposure. I already told you the rule of exposure is from waveform. So you can just study an exposure and know exposing perfectly through waveform. Here, another thing is a contrast. You need to learn more deeply about a contrast, because contrast is the way it giving a vivid of a picture, is splitting your picture, is separating the dynamic of a picture, is giving you a tonal range from a picture. So this is where we need to study more deeply, and it's very important. Most of people, they do color grading, but when you watch it, the dynamic separation of a picture are worse. So today we're going to discuss about this thing, and I'm going to break it down to you. So you just guys stay tuned, because this is a beautiful thing ever. Another thing is color separation. You know color separation, right? A color separation is the splitting, is complementing of a picture from the subject and the background. It has to be the difference that is communicating each other. They don't bold each other, they don't bully each other, they listen to each other, they love each other. It's like a woman and wife. No, I mean, it's like a husband and wife. It's like a woman and man. It's like a child and mother. You see, these people are relating, these people are complementing, these people. I hope you guys are getting what I'm talking about. So in the color grading, we also have that thing. We have a complementing color. So there is a normal complementing color most of people you can know easily is orange and tears, but it has so many of them. You go find out which color complementing you can use it. All right. Another thing is a balance. You guys need to learn deeply about balance. What is a balance? What is balance sketching? Balance is a first correction. It's like a primary corrections. Is a color corrections. I can say is the correcting of a picture. So when you balance perfect your picture, people can see it looks very beautiful. What I mean on balance, people don't like to be bold with your pictures, your image. They want to see everything in details. Right, most of people want to see everything in details. You have to, if you want a low light, it has to be low light, but still we get details. If you want to be highlights, it has to be highlights, but everything has to be in details. We don't want something like super highlighted, which can crush us. It can give us bold into our eyes. We don't want something which is very, very low. It's bold. we can't see perfect this subject. So you have to know how to balance your pictures. And balancement, most of the time we focus on midtones. We focus on the shadow to be not super block. We focus on highlights not to be overexposed, and that is where we do balance from exposing. And another balance we do it for the pictures. We don't want the pictures super red or super blue or super green unless you have a specific purpose from directors or from ideas or people are creating ideas. Unless that, but most of us like the stuff that is looks very neutral, and this is what we love to get to see something relate to our life, relate to our reality, even though it's been color graded. All right, we're going to jump there. Don't worry. You're going to say like, this director came is talking too much. Why is talking too much? It doesn't do anything. We want something. No, in this tutorial, in this lesson, I've explained before, it's more about explanation than doing a practicals, because I've done a practice a lot, I've done actions a lot, but most of the people, they don't understand, they catch, they just claim what I'm doing because director came twist this, so I have to go and twist this without know the reason, the specific reason why I twist that. So today I'm about to give you knowledge, a list of actions. I want to get something to understand it. I don't want to lose my time explaining about the same thing every day. All right. Another thing is a low DNA. This is a master part that people are barely getting worse. Low DNA is not coming easy. You need to practice more things, copy, have a reference. There you can understand how to create a look. Skin tone and saturation rules. So now let's do actions, the part that you love. But before we go there, I have a masterclass, I have a loot package, I have a DCTR, I have a power grade, and I have a WhatsApp group which is my student members only who paid one of our products are allowed there. I have these people, they comment down here, how do we buy your masterclass or your product? Guys, I am just a small businessman. I can say that I'm just a small I'm just new about those things because I never started color grading tutorials this recent. I don't know a lot of things, so still I don't have a link, I don't have a website. I just doing things locally. I have to be honest with you. I can't lie. I have to be honest with you. I'm still a locally. I'm not that guy that's doing, like a greatest people that are doing like most of people that you see. So I'm locally. So if you want my masterclass, you just check on me on my WhatsApp. You just tell me I need your masterclass. I give you my details to do a payment. It's a very cheap price, and also I'm sending the masterclass to your email. You give me an email, I forward it to you. So I don't have a website. Maybe you can go there and do everything in there. No. I don't do so. I'm locally, but I'm working on it. I'm working on that process to do a summer thing like that, a professional thing like that. I pray God to make me reach in there. And this is why I beg you guys subscribe. I beg you guys commenting, share other people. That's so we can grow our channels. If you really enjoy and love my tutorials, please do that for me. And God bless you. All right, let me jump into the actions now. I'm about to create a node in here. You guys know about nodes, so I don't have to tell you node is this and this. No, you guys know about this. So I'm about to create my node tree. The first thing that we talk about is analyze the footage. To me, the footage is awesome on range. So I don't know about when I convert to the Rec 79 and how exactly it could look. So okay, let me tell you something. It's not easy to calculate a picture while it is in the flat mode. This is disgusting. And for us, like a pro, we can calculate the picture on a flat mode. It's easier for us. But for you as a beginner, I recommend you to do a Rec 79 convention. So you need to know about color management. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to the settings to see the type of color management I've done. My color senses is my Davinci YRGB. My color space timeline is a Rec 79 scenes, and my output color space is a Rec 79 scenes, which means I'm going to work on Rec 709 color management, Rec 709 color sense. Alright, so that is my displays. And if you don't know about this thing, go to my recent tutorial explain about this. Alright, so I'm going to start inputting my informations here. That's why I'm telling you to do color management. First you need to know the information from your camera. So if you don't know the information in your camera, you can cheat, but it's a very necessary important to know the information from the camera. This is a red camera and it'll be shot on regular film just like this, and I'm going to convert it to Rec 79 and to the gamma 2.4 just like this. Alright, I'm going to build a first node. Alright, this is coming to the part that we talk about the exposure. That's what I'm telling you. You need to learn exposure. First, before I do exposure, I need to calculate the picture. To me, the picture that I calculated is very overexposed and is a little bit of a warm, which is it can give me a better quality picture or a good picture to do a color grading, but to me I just want the backgrounds to be a little bit these greenish things. I want it to be a little bit of cyan green, and the skin I want it to be a super chocolate, and that is it. And I need to have a big splitting, big separation from the dynamic and the color itself. So as you see, the picture now is flat, and as you can see to the virtual scope, our picture is warm and green, so we have to pull it to make it look neutral, so that when it comes to the color development, it's going to be easier for us. So we're starting with the exposure, and this is the first thing that you need to know. I'm going to start with exposure, but before I'm jumping to the exposure, I often like to do contrast. To me, I'm starting with the contrast and then I come to the exposure. Here I'm creating my tonal range, so I'm going to pull down my shadow, lift up my highlights, and increase my midtone. Look how the picture looks very vivid. The picture looks bold. The picture look contrasted. It's splitting. Look how this is popping. Look how the background is a little bit faded. So here I think it's good enough for me. I'm going to balance my exposure. I don't want super bright. I'm going to increase a little bit of shadows to have a less of blocks, so that I can have a details. You can see the detail from the blocks even there to the mouth inside of it. You see there, I can see the details. Every details on the shadow is getting there. And I'm going to decrease a little bit of highlights, because I don't want this to be over exposed. So I'm going to do something like that, and I'm going to try before and after. Look at before, after was aggressive a little bit, was crushed a bit, now it's faded a little bit. So here again, I'm coming to the global, pull it down the exposure. I want the pictures to be a very less of exposure, not too much exposure. This is what I'm thinking, and it's looking good. I'm going to boost the skin tone itself later. So there we're going to do a balance temperature stuff. I'm going to use offset to cool this off. The reason that I'm cooling this off is this, because I still want to get some things from my backgrounds. You see, before you see after. Before was warm, after was a little bit splitted. So I just want to get a more informations when I'm going to change my backgrounds in go crash. And this is it. Okay, this is our correction. This is our color grading starting point, because this is guidance to do a color grade. The reason why I'm telling you, the reason why I do this cool off a little bit. I just want to have a starting point for my grass, because when I touch them, I don't want them to be crushed, because when it's warm, it's I'm going to do so much to my grasses which is going to be ruined. I want it to be less. So when you do less things, the picture is not crushing. And this is I can call it is a color grading techniques. You don't have to do so much to do something. You have to do a less until it's getting there you want it to be. And there are some pictures which is can never be there, but there's some pictures is easier to be there. All right. This is our starting point. This is our color grading starting point. The look development is starting from here. Look how far we did from the stuff that we did, the contrast and exposure and white balances. Look how far we did. Look how we make a picture look very realistic. All right. So some people, they can end there, but to me, a color grading is not there. So we can do a what we call it, we can do a period node, which is I'm going to make a look designing. This is where we do a look development. This is where we're creating a look, a DNA. So you guys need to understanding that this is a color correction and this is the look DNA, and the look DNA starting with the split toning, because we already do a dynamic separations. We're going to do a split toning, I mean a picture separation, color separations. We're going to create a look DNAs, and we're going to make a skin tones, and we're going to work on saturation rules. I'm going to tell you what is saturation rules. All right, so here is where I touch my splitting. All right, I'm about to pull my shadow a little bit to this part. I don't want this to be too much. Just like this, you see I cool off the background, but when I do so, I found out my mid-tone is a little bit getting different color, so I'm going to pull my gain a little bit to bring back my color from my mid-tone. So look how we did the split onto the picture. The shadow is a little bit cool off, yeah, something like that. So I don't want this to be too much, so I'm going to reduce it and pull it to the core side and keep doing my gain. We just do twist and tweak and twist and tweak. Look at the picture now, it's very splitted, and this is what I wanted. All right, so I'm going to reduce it because I don't want this to be overdoing, just like that. So we have a very slightly and less of a change. Look, it's very slightly, it's like the change is not there, but it's there. All right, so I'm going to jump into another thing, which is doing a color separations. We are keeping doing a color separations. So I'm going to play with my grass, pull it until here, and coming here, doing here, and reduce a little bit, and coming here, reduce a little bit. Now you see it's a little bit cool off, so I want to put it into this side and check it out how it look. Okay, it's not looking good. The reason why it's not looking good is this technique is not perfect to me, so I have to choose another techniques to make it look better. So another technique that I'm going to do is I'm going to use a qualify. I'm going to qualify the skin just like this. That's why I'm telling you, you need to know a lot of ways. You need to know Davinci, and here it can give you a perfect idea, the starting, the way, which thing you need to touch to give you what you really need. And this is how Davinci works. So I'm going to create this. So here is where I can touch my skin tone, but before I touch there, I'm going to do a splitting, which is here to the split outside node. What I'm going to do, I'm going to my gamma, coming to here and click this thing. I want to effect only the blue from here. I'm going to reduce the saturation. I'm going to cool them off the picture, and let me try to increase contrast. All right, and then I'm going to use the saturations. All right, so I'm coming to the here, So I want only this part to be affected. I'm coming here. I'm also going to come here and do so. Look how it gives us the splitting. Look how the background is being separated with the subject, you see. But you can see it's less affecting our something in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask this guy and try to mask it. If I can see it doesn't ruin my guy here. Let's try this. Yeah, perfect. It doesn't ruin my guy here. And this is it. Look how beautiful the image is being created. So now let's jump into the Skintone. All right, in here what I'm about to do is coming to the hue versus saturations. What I'm about to do is just I'm going to create the saturation part of our skin. I'm going to drag it down and a little bit of a red into it so that I can cool off a little bit. And look how neutral it look. My skin, it looks very natural. So what I'm about to do next is jump into here, and I'm going to increase the luma so that the skin tone has to be a little bit brighter, more than background, just like that. So I'm going to do so, and I'm going to increase a little bit of our skins because I don't want it to be very desaturated. I want us to look now how the skin tone looks neutral. Look how the skin tone looks neutral. Look how far we do, and that is the chocolate things that I'm talking about before. And here, this is the only part that is affecting my background. Here, what I wanted to do is just into another split, a very lightly cool off a little bit, just like here, and coming to my UV saturation and decrease a little bit. This is the saturation rules that I'm talking about. There's some clipping thing it doesn't have to appear on color grade, and this is what's happening. So yeah, I don't want it to be too much, so I'm going to do something like, yeah, look how perfect we have done. Looks at now before and after. A very race, but you can notice it is something is going on there. I can even reduce in here. So I just want the very low and something like this, not too much like that. So this is another splitting from the final. Look how magic it does into a picture. This is another thing, and everything that I have done is done on purpose. And last of it, I can do some pleating. I love doing pleating like this, coming here, jumping, just use a little bit of a pleating so you can merge. Everything has to look like it's looking the same. Yeah, let's do some pleating, and we do another note to bring back the skin tone after our pleating. Where the skin tone now is looking yellow, I can do so. Yeah, something like take off the yellow. Something like that. So I love it. So this is it. Look how far we from to creating this beautiful look, this beautiful nice and separation. Look how far we from here to here. It's not easy, and it's not like a single day you can know all of the thing that I'm done. Everything that I'm done there is in for purpose, and this is what I was thinking from starting. This is the look that I was thinking of when I started to do a color grade. Before I do a color grade, I was thinking about, okay, I just want to make a look like this. So I'm going to use a no matter what to make it to look like this. Adobe. All right, I think it's very helpful. You got something right there, trust me. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you earned something, you got something. If you have any big problem, if I have any issues, I just welcome you to come into my WhatsApp group, because in the WhatsApp group we discuss a lot of things, we help each other a lot of things, and I have a lot of people that can tell you what they got, different things, stuff what they got on group. Is different from here. So yeah, you guys, you need to come and join my masterclass or join my WhatsApp group. Lessons I can be your mentor, so we can guide ourselves to be a greatest colorist. See you guys on next tutorial.